You are listening to the Gamesmen PiXelTraX, the music trivia show that offers your favorite gaming currency.
Welcome one and all to the Gamesmen PiXelTraX, the show where you put your video game soundtrack knowledge to the test against your peers in order to win fantastic digital currency. I am your host, Steve Conger, also known as JSS Lifelike on basically every gaming service imaginable. So let me explain just how PiXelTraX works. Each episode, you, the listener, will be given 6 audio tracks from various software titles across a vast array of platforms. Every aural example will be accompanied by a verbal clue as well, and each correct answer is worth 1 point, thus making a pure perfect score for each show, a total of 6. But that's not all. Collectively, all of the tracks together will share a corresponding theme of sorts. Guessing the correct answer for what ties the music together is worth an additional 2 points. How do you submit your entry sheet, you ask? Send your numbered responses to thepixeltraxshow@gmail.com, and they will be tabulated as they arrive. And that's spelled THEPIXELTRAXSHOW@gmail.com. Remember, if 2 or more entrants result in tie, it will be broken in order of arrival, so get your answers in early. Leaderboards will be kept at thegamesmen.com and will be accessible by clicking the tab above the main logo of the site. There will be a new PiXelTraX every other week, so you have less than 14 days to get your submission in, as the answers to this episode will be revealed the following time. The listener in first place at the end of every 3 months or 6 episodes will win a $20 card of their choosing, and the rankings will be reset. Sounds easy enough, right? Don't get complacent though, there could be a bonus question where you'd least expect it. I've also decided to consolidate the Gamesmen minigame audio articles into a short editorial to finish out each PiXelTraX installment. So let's get started. First, we'll reveal the answers to last show's queries. How many did you answer correctly? Let's see.
Selection number 1.
This game was based on a long-running comic strip that began in 1931. It was written and drawn by its very creator until he took ill in the late 1970s, right after he attempted to modernize the main protagonist by giving him a sidekick named Groovy Groove. Can you solve the case? Dick Tracy for the Nintendo Entertainment System put the player in the shoes of the famous gumshoe by the same name, asking them to get into the action via side-scrolling action levels and to pursue criminals in vehicles a la the original Grand Theft Auto. Some of those notorious baddies include Flat Top, Pruneface, The Blank, and of course, Alphonse, Big Boy, Caprice.
Selection number 2.
This third-person action-adventure game, inspired by films such as Snatch and Get Carter, was delayed a year and a half in an effort to carefully recreate the rich locale of London. Play is split between 2 protagonists, one on the bad side of every party involved, and one being a disgraced police officer. Any guesses? In The Getaway, gamers assume control of 2 separate characters, Mark Hammond an ex-criminal recently released from prison, and Detective Constable Frank Carter, a tarnished officer attempting to take down the same gang responsible for the former's wife's murder and son's kidnapping. If it weren't for the 18-month delay, the game would have been a launch title for the brand new PlayStation 2.
Selection number 3.
This action-adventure title was initially released on 3 platforms, then made its way to 3 more, and was also adapted into a portable version as well. It is based on one of the most recognizable film properties of all time. Forget about it. This was probably the easiest selection this episode. The Godfather, the game, came in several iterations and re-releases on the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PSP, Xbox, Xbox 360, Wii, Microsoft Windows, and even a mobile phone version. The game was developed internally at EA by Redwood Shores, and, in case you don't recognize the name anymore, the modified Godfather engine was used by what is now Visceral Games in the 2008 survival horror title, Dead Space.
Selection number 4.
This game takes place in the Shinjuku area of Tokyo. The narrative of this third-person action-adventure is divided into 13 chapters, each chapter of which is made of 3 distinct yet connected modes called Event, Adventure, and Battle. Kazuma Kiryu, an ex-member of the infamous Yakuza, is released after a 10-year prison sentence in this first installment of the series by the same name. A film adaptation titled Yakuza Like a Dragon contained 2 tracks of the original game's OST. And speaking of the soundtrack, it could have sounded particularly juicier at the time as it was encoded in Dolby Digital for listening through the PlayStation 2's optional optical cable.
Selection number 5.
This title, the second in its series, holds the current record for profanity in a video game by featuring the F word 432 times, beating out House of the Dead, Overkill. The development house responsible, located in Europe, went through a name change after being acquired by a rather large publisher. What game is it?
I got tears in my eyes, trying to read a letter from my home.
Mafia 2, the sequel to Mafia: The City of Lost Heaven, was released by 2K Games in 2010 for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC, and takes place in the fictional city of Empire Bay. It was developed by Massive Bear Studios, now known as 2K Czech, and in the Japanese version, the in-game Playboy centerfolds contain black bars hiding bare breasts and buttocks.
Selection number 6.
This particular piece of software has been heralded to be utilizing some of the most impressive technology of its time. It spent 5 years in development, part of which was recreating environments from over 110,000 aerial photographs. Can you guess the answer?
Baby, you know I'm guilty.
Gamers and enthusiast press alike build hype as large, if not larger, as the future influence that LA Noire, and motion scan in particular, will have on the way that we perceive digital performances to come. Whether or not the game lived up to its billing is up for debate, but there's no doubt that in 10 years it will retrospectively be viewed as a landmark title. Equally impressive were the aerial shots taken by Robert Spence that were not only used to recreate Los Angeles, but also its traffic patterns and public transportation routes. Those are last show's answers, but what do they all have in common? They are all tracks from games featuring organized crime. From mobsters to street gangs and even Japanese crime syndicates, gaming has no shortage of tales involving the rise in power of criminal organizations. The following 6 selections conclude the first half of Season 2, so it's all downhill after that. Let's get to the entries.